Solo, a Star Wars story, was an odd moment for Star Wars. It came at a horrible time for the fandom, as just 6 months prior we collectively witnessed the train wreck The Last Jedi. If you're like me, freshly joining the ranks of the budding fandom menace at the time, you probably wanted to stick it to Disney, no matter the quality of the film, and long-term give Kathleen Kennedy a parting L, as we hoped the monumental failure and scrapping of Boba Fett and Kenobi as films would see her out of Lucasfilm later that year. All of this went on while the shill mainstream media covered for Solo, boosting box office projections just under Black Panther and Infinity War, until the writing was on the wall. And while I objectively like moments of what was largely a forgettable hollow experience, the biggest question around the film has been what exactly caused Lord Miller to get the boot at Lucasfilm, leaving Ron Howard with a rush job to recontextualize a nearly complete film. Now 4 years later, the dust is starting to settle on just what was wrong with the Lord Miller project. And we also learn a little bit about the reach some of their creations have permeated in Star Wars thus far. This comes from Cinema Blend. For those who didn't follow along with Solo, a Star Wars story's development, Phil Lord and Chris Miller exited the movie in June 2017, approximately 75% of the way into shooting, due to, quote, creative differences with Lucasfilm, and Ron Howard was brought aboard to assume directing duties. During their experience on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, host John Horowitz inquired with the duo about their time on the Star Wars movie, and here's what Lord had to say. We always wanted to make projects that are like Han, a Maverick, so that's what we were always trying to do. That's what we were hoping to do with these movies. It was funny about Star Wars A New Hope is it's an independent film made outside the Hollywood system. And Han is the spirit of that kind of independence, and that's why we were always inspired to work on that with everybody. The good news is, they can't take away what we learned. We learned so much. We got to work with the greatest people. We made so many friends. We put that in animation we call pencil miles under our belts, and it made us better filmmakers in the long run. So in a funny way, there's obviously a lot of negative emotions associated with that, but the way I feel about it now, like I feel about all these projects, which is you're just trying to become better and learn and collaborate with people, and that doesn't go away. Phil Lord and Chris Miller ultimately accepted being credited as executive producers on the final version of Solo, a Star Wars story. Ron Howard also acknowledged that while he ended up taking some of the sequences in different directions and experimenting with them, Lord and Miller's fingerprints were still all over the movies alongside his own distinct stamps. One of the big ways Solo changed under Howard's watchful eye was Paul Bettany being recast as Dryden Vox when Michael K. Williams couldn't return for the reshoots, which also resulted in the character being changed from a half mountain lion, half human looking alien to a near human life form. Howard also reshot the reunion between Alden Ehrenreich's Han Solo and Emilia Clarke's Kira. One of my major gripes about new Disney Star Wars has been the lack of non-human characters, even extras in the background. While it's not necessarily a detriment to plot, even the first independent film, A New Hope, immersed us in a different world that has a multitude of species, aiding the experience of escapism. Now we learn a major character was indeed an alien and reshot due to shooting conflicts. I think Solo had some fun moments, especially Donald Glover portraying Lando quite well, but definitely missed the mark on what the conflict of the film should be, given we have 4 films afterwards that tell us where Han ends up in the galaxy. Again, it's my perspective that any film after The Last Jedi would have its box office largely affected, with fans feeling jaded by Lucasfilm's decisions. But with its outcome as well as Rise of Skywalker, it seems they may be more willing to take their time to rework stories until they're ready, as we've seen with Mandalorian Season 3 and the Obi-Wan series taking a long time to be released. What do you think of what we learned in this interview from Lord Miller? Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, please like, share, and subscribe, and consider supporting the channel. Until next time, may the Force be with you.